Mr. Ajay, I wanted to come to you, Mr. Bagga, because what we have seen this week and in fact the weeks prior, this is the third consecutive week that Nifty has underperformed its global peers. We've closed lower, and major the reason is that FI flow is moving out of India, and China story that remains at the center stage now. Now, in fact, the record FI selling, what we have seen on index futures, that stands at our highest level now. It's surpassed the March levels also. Now, is this trade done, or is it more? It has more legs? China story more to play in coming days, or are we done with that story? What is your view shaping up on that?
Yeah, as we saw on Friday with China, once the People's Bank of China came out with more talk of stimulus and actually released about $110 billion for investment in the stock market, we saw the Chinese markets going up by more than 3% on Friday. So we are going to see a continued China story. Will that be at the expense of India? I don't think for much longer. That marginal reset that had to happen is probably 50-60% done, and maybe another 5 billion odd goes out. But the good news is we have absorbed it. So if 7 billion has gone out, 7.6 billion has come in terms of DIIs, and that amount is lying there. And as the new month comes in, another 2.5 billion odd comes in just from mutual fund SIPs, and then you have EPFO, insurance, and other formats bringing in money. So I think the drivers for that FI outflows have been threefold. One is, of course, China was the trigger. Second has been a stronger dollar. So the EM flows pool itself with the dollar rising for the last 3 weeks in a row, and the dollar index sitting at more than 103. That has had an impact. And the third, of course, has been issues with the Indian market itself, be it valuations, be it slowing growth, be it not that great earnings to justify those valuations. So it's a combination. But the long-term investment thesis is very much there. And as I mentioned, as the US presidential election goes through, I think you could see a turn in EM flows again. It will all depend on who wins. Right now, Wall Street is favoring a Trump trade. So we are seeing the trades happening as if Trump comes back. And that's very positive for the dollar. And India is suffering to some extent based on that. So let's wait and watch for 6th, 7th November when there'll be some clarity on the US presidential election. Normally, the US market goes up, and India should get a boost with that big event out of the way.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.